Great tennis tomorrow afternoon on ABC. Yvonne Goolagong challenges the mighty serve of Virginia Wade. The women's final at the World Invitational Tennis Classic. Then, live from Forest Hills, the winner of the Nastase McEnroe match meets the winner of tonight's semifinal between Carolinas and Feedback. The final tomorrow.
That's why this is an important tournament, just in its beginning. It's inaugural this year. 100,000 for the winner, 40,000 third and fourth. McEnroe serving. Retains his service. Let's go back to that 40-30 point.
Right, Nastase playing an angle over here on this long point we saw. Now to see the drop shot from Nastase, moving the younger player around the court. Nastase set up with a volley but put it out.
That made it 40-30 McEnroe. Then he won the next point to save his game. We're on Nastase's service.
Sorry, you asked me about topspin before.
Right.
Manolo Santana was probably the first player to use topspin heavily off both sides that achieved any great international fame. There may have been some before that, but
15 all, game's a 1-1. Nastase serving the McEnroe. This is the first set. He used it more frequently than Rod Laver?
Yes, Laver used to slice a lot more off the backhand and hit that off the backhand. The difference between the game here and the game we saw last week at Wimbledon is that Wimbledon was on grass, and on grass you have to serve and volley, attack all the time. On the clay courts you have to maneuver for the right to be able to attack.
This is the beginning, folks. Perhaps dismay openly and disagreement openly by Nastase with the call of the lineman. Frank Hammond just said an interesting statement. I'm going to protect you. You know that. How do you interpret that, John?
I think Nastase might have been worried about the time clock. There is a time clock over there, a 30-second clock, and if you argue about a point and don't play before the 30 seconds, you're going to be fined a penalty point.
Well, that can be quickly attributed by some to dating back to his chagrin over the lineman's call. On the other hand, it may have had nothing to do with it. That is the clock to which John Newcomb referred just a moment ago.
Oh, that's a great point. Boy, McEnroe really hustled to get back that volley, and what a smash Nastase put away.
Does it so easily, as you said at the top of the telecast. The wrists, the feet, enormously graceful. Excellent passing shot by McEnroe.
Well, this is what McEnroe would want, an early break in the first set. Nastase may start feeling he's a little tighter than he should be.
So the advantage goes back to McEnroe, and Nastase was A, either over eager, or B, simply missed time.
A little too cute.
Back to deuce. I don't think it could ever have been said in the highlights of your career, Newt, that you were too cute. Many other things might have been said.
Cute can be taken several ways, Howard. You may have been thinking it another way than I thought of it.
So Nastase has the advantage. Games are 1-1. First set, semi-final match, best of 3 sets.
What a get. Nastase on the attack. Point.
So Nastase wins point. Sustained serve.
What a
There's
point this
another
was, Howard. Nastase attacking. McEnroe on the defense with a lob. That's a tough shot, one of the toughest in tennis, the backhand smash.
Okay. Nastase leading 2-1 the first set of the semifinal match. We'll be back in a moment. Back at the center court, Westside Tennis Club, Forest Hills, New York. The applause for that man, Ilie Nastase. So tempestuous, so controversial through the years, now under suspension for Grand Prix events, plus a $5,000 fine, the suspension for 3 months. Let me make clear, this is a WCT, or World Championship tennis event, not subject to the suspension recently imposed by the Pro Tennis Council. I'll go no further because to confuse you with the organizational structure of tennis would be a law course by itself. McEnroe, the youngster, 19, about to serve. McEnroe at 15 love. Nastase so far has gotten his first serve in 11 of 16 times. 1 double fault. I want you to watch that right ankle closely, Nuke, of McEnroe. Remember, he hurt it against Feeback yesterday in the afternoon.
I don't think it's giving him any problem, Howard, the way he leaped for that ball. He had it strapped up in the dressing room before he went on.
Basically, that point represents, as we look at it again, the kind of game that McEnroe wants to play.
McEnroe attacking, and Nastase coming up with a great passing shot, but good pick off from McEnroe.
He's a sly devil, Nastase.
Well, he has that control, and he's trying to lull McEnroe into playing his game. You would rather McEnroe try to do the drop shots and the cute little shots.
McEnroe at 30-all.
Very humid out in the court there today.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
Yes.
But you love that. 40-30.
It's not a great serve, John McEnroe's, but he's very deliberate about it. A good ball toss. Body weight distribution isn't too bad. When he serves to that first court, as he just did then, he stands about 3 foot away from the center line, which is unusual.
So McEnroe holds service. They are tied at 2 games apiece. You played in Adelaide in 115 degrees once, didn't you?
I played in Melbourne, Australia. It was 130 degrees. I noticed John McEnroe isn't wearing a sweatband, which is very unusual for a tennis player, even on a cold day. On a warm day like today, it's so much humidity, that sweat running down the hand, and it gets onto the racket grip. I can't understand him not wanting to wear a sweatband. Maybe he feels uncomfortable with one.
Meanwhile, it's 15 love, Nastase serve.
tennis.
For a guy who's been flying all night and played a match last night, it's very good tennis. 30 love. 40 love. Service ace.
It's never been a great serve, Nastase's, but a late wrist action makes it very hard to pick whether he's going to serve to the forehand or backhand side. Oh, he's hitting the ball well.
How easily he does it. Repeat. So Nastase fails to lose a point in retaining his service. He leads 3 games to 2 here at Forest Hills over McEnroe. There he is, and there, under his name, is the story of the way, as I said, he dazzled them at Wimbledon last year. Reached the semifinals, the youngest ever at 18. Now, Nastase. McEnroe about to serve.
Look how far from the center line
right.
he is.
Now, what's the meaning of that?
He likes that serve there, the one to the right-hander's forehand. And maybe he thinks that opens him up more, but 90% of left-handers will stand right on the center line there so that they can get a good slice down the middle of the court to the right-hander's backhand.
Okay, John. His forcing service led Nastase to hit it exactly where McEnroe wanted him to hit it. Thus, a neat little drop shot. Placement by McEnroe, and he leads 15 love on his service. All right, while we await serve, this program is being brought to you as an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. Just as quickly, we're back, and Nastase has won the last 2 points, so McEnroe and his service at 15-30. McEnroe has gotten his first serve in 8 of 12 times, has committed 3 unforced errors up to this point.
That's a great shot from that position. It's not easy to hit a topspin forehand off like that.
That's the voice, of course, of John Newcomb.
Nastase attacking. Good approach shot down the middle, giving his opponent no angle, or what we thought was no angle, till McEnroe hit the ball.
Big Nuke, 3 times Wimbledon champion. Won the U.S. Nationals here in '67 and then the U.S. Open in '73. Explain why you've said so many times on NBC that the unforced error is the key to a match.
That's letting your opponent off the hook. They don't have to work for the point. It's like missing a 2-foot putt. Could be the break. Service break.
The first one we have had, and so Nastase, after a sleepless night aboard a red-eye, leads now 4 games to 2.
On that point, we see Nastase's ability with topspin forehand. Now topspin again in cross court. Ball dipping very sharply, almost impossible to volley.
As I said, he's a sly old devil, if you can call a man old at 31. Love. McEnroe fights himself.
Yes, you can see he almost looks like he's, you know, desperation out there, but that's the way he plays. He feels that's the way that he gets going.
Now, you lost to the kid in the opening match this week. You beat him 6-1 in the first set, and then the kid beat you 2 consecutive sets.
7-5 in the third. We had a good match. First time I'd played him. Second, sorry.
And so Nastase is now playing effortless, polished, excellent tennis. Fair statement, Nuke?
Yes, he is. Playing very well, surprisingly well, for considering he was playing last night in Las Vegas. Oh, that's a great shot.
Oh, he's doing it all now. And so he leads the youngster, John McEnroe, 5-2 in games in this first set of the best-of-3 semifinal court at the Westside Tennis Club, Forest Hills, New York. Nastase has begun to take over, leading 5-2. He's executed the only service break of the match thus far in the last 3 games, which he has swept. He has used almost every shot in the book, and on that last point that he made, that deceptive wrist action where you get the opponent going the wrong way, Nuke, explain.
Well, as soon as this point, maybe we'll see him hit one here in this point, and I'll be able to really demonstrate it then. How? Watch it, Nastase, as he hits the ball. It's a very flicky action with the wrist. That wasn't a very good example.
No, it wasn't.
He has a late wrist action when he hits the ball, and so it's very difficult to tell whether he's going to hit it down the line or cross court. And when he's playing at his best, he can, if he takes the ball early, he can just leave you standing flat-footed.
15 love. McEnroe with a fault. Second serve. 30 love. This is not a capacity house, far from it. Remember, this is the inaugural of a new tournament designed in the ensuing years to become one of the very important tournaments on the pro tennis circuit. It is 15-30 now, or rather correction, 30-15.
Well, McEnroe's game plan to attack Nastase all the time has fallen down a little bit because Nastase's playing his passing shot so well. See, McEnroe's a little hesitant to come to the net. He's not too sure.
But you got to take a chance, as you said in the finals at Wimbledon, as we watch this point being played. Well, the youngster was authoritative on that. So it's 40-15, but you, and I thought you were right from the beginning, said Jimmy was playing tactically wrong.
Yeah, he didn't take enough chances.
He said you must charge that net and take the risk of being passed. Isn't that so?
That's right.
And therefore, isn't McEnroe's game plan or match plan proper for his game?
He shouldn't worry about Nastase's game. He should play his own game. And he's not quite doing that now. Oh.
Nastase at his very best on that point, making the opponent do exactly what he wanted. But McEnroe had a complaint there, and I couldn't detect why.
I wasn't sure. He was pointing down to a linesman or something. He said somebody made a movement that upset him. What upset him was Nastase's winner.
Well,
that's what he has to do, Howard. He has to keep attacking.
And so McEnroe holds serve, trails 5-3 as Nastase has a chance now to close out the first set. I think we should watch as the afternoon progresses for any signs of growing fatigue on Ilie's part because of the travel and the heat and the age. At 34, you still look the way you did in 67.
Yeah, I don't run like I ran in 67, though. Not as fast and not as far. Nastase's just a little upset. Somebody's moving in the stand, but I don't think it was anything to really upset him. This is a game that Nastase will really want to get this first set, seal it down 6 games to 3. It's important for him in his case it develops into a long match.
Beautiful service. You said, wow, a few shots back in a prior game. What you're really saying was, look how deep or deeply Nastase hits that ball. It's 40 love now for Nastase. He's close to sealing it down, as John Newcomb said. So close. This is a very important tournament for Nastase as the score moves to 40-15, and Nuke, you know why. Suspended from Grand Prix events. $300,000 in prize money in this tournament. The winner gets $100,000. That can make up for some suspended time, you know. And so he nails it down, or in the words of the brilliant Aussie of yesteryear, he seals it down. And so the first set has been won in this semifinal match by Ilie and Nastase. The score 6-3 over 19-year-old John McEnroe as the weather gets clearer and warmer. And we'll be back at Forest Hills in a moment.
See in the picture there, Nastase's hitting the ball as confidently as I've seen him hit it for a long time.
Beautiful shot.
Came back with something of his own.
Finest backhand passing shot of the day for McEnroe. Got to take another look at that when we get a chance, John. In its own way, it was a reflection of the way you used to be.
Fine forehand passing shot from McEnroe. This is the play we saw from McEnroe. You can see both players are looking for the short ball to come to the net, but McEnroe
I had earlier
coming
said
up with 2 great forehand.
Backhand. I meant, of course, forehand, Joe. I saw the quizzical look in your eye. I didn't want you to become querulous.
Beg your pardon?
I mean querulous, not nettlesome.
Could you explain that and spell it for me after the program?
Afterwards.
Well,
so McEnroe is on way to holding his service at 40-15.
shot.
Yep, hitting it deep. So McEnroe on that series of volleys outlasts Nastase, wins the first game of the second set. John McEnroe leading 1-0 as we have the change of courts. First set was dominated by Nastase. After an initial service break, did pretty much what he wanted. We'll be back at Forest Hills in a moment. Even Big John Newcomb no longer sneers at that kind of money.
I would take home the 100,000.
Nastase serving to McEnroe, trailing love 1 in games. Service fault. Nastase won the first set, 6-3. McEnroe had 2 outstanding passing shots in the prior game, and looks like he's playing a lot better at the moment, Nuke.
Yeah, he's coming up with, he's trying to hit a lot of topspin to Nastase. He's trying to hit a lot of topspin to Nastase, kick the ball deep, kick Nastase pinned on the baseline, and he has improved the level of his play fractionally in the last 5 or 10 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised to see him run out this set.
It is love 30, Nastase serving. Trailing love 1 in games. Second set.
Out. 15-all.
15-all. I had said love 30. Forgive me. Interested in your prediction.
I could see you were carried away by what I was saying, and you just lost track of the score.
McEnroe, huh? To win this set.
You obviously disagree, but
15-30.
15-30.
well, it was the right tactic from McEnroe then, but the approach shot wasn't deep enough. Gave Nastase plenty of time to put it where he wanted to.
So McEnroe asked for extra time. Set himself. 40-30, Nastase.
40-30.
That was an excellent lob, well disguised.
All. Describe what you mean by well disguised, Nuke.
What he did there, Howard, was he came into his passing shot. It looked as if he was going to try for a passing shot, and at the last second, he hit the ball up in the air. Fooled Nastase, fooled everyone. And that'll fool everyone too.
That's right. Service ace. In a clutch moment. Nastase has the advantage on his service now. And he holds service, but no easy matter. As Big Duke noted, using the familiar phrase level of the game, McEnroe has improved the level of his game. They're at 1 game apiece in the second set. Nastase having won the first set 6-3. Young McEnroe will be serving as you look at Ilie. The straggling hair. No sign, though, of fatigue yet. Beautiful shot. And even better.
It was a good shot from McEnroe because Nastase couldn't have hit his approach shot any better. He's hit it right into the corner.
And
McEnroe across and flicks across court right in front of Nastase.
15 love. Fault. Nastase hits those approach shots so deep, right up to the line. Yes, sir, the youngster is playing much, much better. Another fine passing shot from McEnroe, 30 love. He leads, games of 1 apiece. Look at it again.
McEnroe doesn't have great weight distribution in his shots, but what he has is good timing of the racket head, as you saw on that passing shot.
You said he does not have in his arsenal a big weapon, remember?
That's right.
Explain.
There's nothing that can really hurt you. Borg's forehand is a big weapon. He'll get that back too. He's lost his racket, but he picked it up.
He'll give you everything, Nastase, in the course of an afternoon.
He lost his racket down the back of the court, tripped over the linesman's chair.
And the crowd shows its approval of Ilie Nastase. Oh, McEnroe won the point. And incidentally, the voice that you're hearing throughout the day, your reporter, is that of one of the greatest of all contemporary tennis players, John Newcomb, whose record is almost legend in tennis. 3 times Wimbledon champion, twice the winner here at Forest Hills. And commentated so brilliantly at Wimbledon just a week ago. There it is, McEnroe playing perhaps his best game of the match. Back live at Forest Hills, New York, the West Side Tennis Club. The young gentleman with the sweatband leaning over, John McEnroe, 19 years of age, a local favorite. Grew up just a few miles from here in Douglaston, New York. Went to Stanford University, but only briefly, long enough to capture the NCAA championship. Then he turned professional. And he has really done amazing things for one his age. Most memorable, reaching the semis at Wimbledon a year ago, when only 18, the youngest ever to do it. That's Ilie Nastase, one of the great pros on the tennis circuit, and of course, one of the most successful tennis players of our time. Nastase serving now to McEnroe. John Newcomb with your reporter here at courtside. Don't forget, coming up right after tennis here, the British Open. One of the big 4 of the world's golf tournaments. The U.S. Open, the British Open, the PGA, all seen on ABC. The Masters, of course, on CBS. Colleague today, Big Nuke, will be playing doubles later, though you won't see it, as Nastase nets the ball. It's 15 all, his service. And Nuke is quite a doubles player, member of 6 Wimbledon doubles championship teams. Interesting game, doubles, growing in interest to the public too, Nuke.
Yeah, more of the public play doubles than singles. That's probably the most exciting.
What a beautiful little drop shot.
That was a good stop volley, because he had no choice then. If he volleyed it back deep, McEnroe probably would have passed him off the next one.
30-15, Nastase. But be advised to watch McEnroe very closely now, because Nuke thinks he's going to win this set, and noted how he's raised the level of his game. Not against that, though.
Well, that's what Nastase needs, is some big serves that got him out of trouble in his last service game, and has put him ahead in this one.
40-15.
Whereas in the first set, in the long rallies, Nastase was winning the points. In this set, when they get into the rallies, McEnroe is winning more of them.
So Ilie holds service. We're at 2 games apiece in the second set, remember? Nastase won the first set 6-3. Did it rather easily, rather convincingly, although it entailed only one service break. Must bring back a lot of memories for you every time you come here, Nuke. No?
There's a lot of memories here, but when my great memories were on grass here, when the court was green and we served and volleyed all the time and attacked.
McEnroe. 15 love. That's the beauty of Borg, though. The man establishing now that he can play with almost equal excellence on any kind of surface. And that's the beauty of Nastase.
Yes, he could take that ball early and flick it down the line with topspin. This is a very important stage of the match for McEnroe. He needs to get ahead, win his service game, try to break Nastase, go to a 4-2 lead.
And if he can capture this set, then that's the time to really watch for fatigue on Nastase's part.
Then the match could swing around to his favor. Nastase slow balling.
15-30. McEnroe serving to Nastase. .40 and McEnroe in trouble.
Yes, I thought he played a couple of bad points there from 15 all. He's let Nastase jerk him around, play some slow shots and some hard shots.
Just barely.
30, 40.
I love to watch Nastase play, John.
He keeps changing the game up all the time, trying to confuse his opponent. He was hitting heavy topspin a while ago. Now he's switched to slice off the backhand. Never giving his opponent a chance to settle down into a rhythm or a routine. Standing in close on the serve. Good shot.
And so McEnroe comes back, removes himself from the precipice of peril. He's at deuce, having trailed 15-40.
And that was a very big point, because that was a second serve that he served and volleyed on. Can't often do that on clay and get away with it.
And he's in trouble again on the break point. As Ilie gets the advantage, and Gene Scott, the tournament director, has just sent me a note telling me that Mr. Newcomb is the next match on in the stadium in doubles, pairing with Kenny Rosewall against John Alexander. Phil Dent. Well, we'll get him down there in time, Gene. Don't worry about it. He can scamper down in a hurry, despite the years. And there it is, the break point. Nastase taking the lead, and this the second set. 3-2, Nastase leading in games.
A very loose volley here from McEnroe. You see he had the whole court set up and hit it way out of court. He should have been able to put that away.
So McEnroe is not particularly happy with himself, gets a brief rest along with Nastase, and will take a brief and slumber. Desperately in need of sleep, having played garrulitis last night in Las Vegas, flown back to face this youngster here today in a semifinal match, John McEnroe, who faces sleeplessness should he lose to Nastase because of the nature of the beast. He is a hard winner. He is a hard loser. This youngster represents some of the maxims of Vincent T. Lombardi as Nastase serves a fault. John Newcomb here at courtside with me. 15 love. And Mr. Newcomb was a hard winner, although he did it easily, and a gracious loser, though he didn't come easily by defeat.
McEnroe seems to have just tightened up in his game a bit. Tightened in not a good way, in a bad way. He's pushing at his shots now. Seems a little nervous, unsure what to do.
What he loved.
And Nastase keeping him off balance. Angle shots, deep shots, slow shots, slice shots, topspin shots. Constant variety.
Remember, the winner of this match is sure of at least $40,000. Which, when John Newcomb first started playing tennis, seemed more than one could make in a lifetime.
That was what I signed to become a professional for 1 year.
And a love game for Ilie Nastase. 4-2 Nastase leading in games, and John McEnroe, as you look at him there, well, John Newcomb said it, beginning to tighten up.
Well, Nastase just looked up at me in the booth here and made a gesture as if to say, I've got him down, he's through.
Which is hardly an encouragement to the youngster on the other side of the net.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nastase made that gesture to me if he was losing 5-love himself.
I must say, Nastase certainly seems more at peace with himself than I've seen him in a long time, Nuke.
Well, one thing is that it's easier to be at peace with yourself when you're leading 6-3, 4-2, Howard.
That's true, and also when you know you're suspended for 3 months from Grand Prix events.
The test of being at peace with yourself is when you're trailing 6-3, 4-2.
Excellent lob by McEnroe. Did Nasty ever undo you on the court?
No.
With his tactics?
No, once in doubles I got very mad with him on the centre court at Wimbledon in a doubles semi-final, but that's all.
Didn't hit him, did you?
Told the umpire if the umpire didn't stop him carrying on like he was, I was going to start carrying on like that, and then there'd be a circus out there. So the umpire made him stop.
Love, McEnroe on his service, trailing 2-4 in the second set of this semi-final match. Ilie Nastase won the first set 6-3. And McEnroe with an uphill battle.
That's a good shot.
Beautiful drop shot. Drop placement there. And so, love game for McEnroe. He trails 3-4. And here at Forest Hills, we'll look at that last point again.
This is called a drop shot. The racket head coming underneath the ball, causing some backspin, and put just over the net.
Lovely. We'll be right back here for the match. McEnroe against Ilie Nastase. As you look at John trying to psych him. Ilie Nastase on your screen, and that graphic a measure of the effectiveness of him and his opponent, John McEnroe, throughout the match. The critical statistic, unforced errors, so often emphasized by my colleague John Newcomb. And if anybody can force errors on a young golfer, it's usually Jack Nicklaus. Don't forget, coming up, the British Open on ABC right after this tennis match.
Thank you.
Frank Hammond, the umpire, asking somebody down below on the court not to move. Nastase leading 4-3. Won the first set 6-3.
They've just changed to new balls now, and so they're a little lighter, move through the air quicker. We'll probably see Nastase try to get to the net as much as he can in this game, the same as McEnroe will.
So we have a double fault from Ilie. That's his second of the match. McEnroe has not double faulted in this match. Love 30, and you talk about a key game. This is it for young McEnroe. We've had one service break in this set. That was engineered by Nastase. Set him up for a 4-2 lead. McEnroe held and made it 4-3. Nastase now serving, trailing Love 30. And that's a good way.
That ball was close to the line. McEnroe's going to have a look. Just took the edge of the line.
Nonetheless, it was good, and it was rightly called, and that's a good way to put a damper on a young opponent's rising hopes. Another excellent service, John. .30-30.
We had an interesting little thing that happened before Nastase served that ace 2 points ago. He was about to serve, and McEnroe was looking down at his strings and kept Nastase waiting deliberately. It's a tactic that's been used a number of times by Jimmy Connors. Fiddles with his strings, and you're about to serve, and he's not looking at you, so it interrupts your rhythm.
Well, it didn't succeed because Nastase served the ace.
I think that was why Nastase went for such a big serve at that time, because he felt if he could get an ace, it would show the younger player that he wasn't about to be intimidated.
40-30. Good point. Well-played point, fast-paced, exciting, and we're
Nastase moving at the net, retrieving all over the place, but not quick enough to retrieve this one. Both players realize what an important game this is. Nastase leading 4-3 and up 1 set. Perfect volley. You can't hit it any better.
Advantage, Nasty. Nasty has won every game that's gone to deuce in this match thus far. A little badinage with someone over there.
Once again, McEnroe wasn't ready when Nastase wanted to serve. So Nastase turned around and walked away.
And a near service ace again. Beautiful drop shot. Nasty in command. He leads 5-3, second set. He leads in sets 1-0. This is best of 3 sets semi-final match. And the winner is assured of $40,000 from this tournament. The loser is assured of $12,500. Which, when you add it up, no.
It's not bad money, even against the pay that you take home, Howard.
It's a night for you in Vegas. That's what it amounts to. Good shot. Oh, what a marvelous point for any tournament. The youngster held together. Watch it.
Brought the crowd to their feet, I tell you. Nastase really drills this one straight at him. I think he should have gone cross court, but anyway. Lovely lob. That was the same disguised lob off the backhand that we saw earlier in this match. McEnroe comes into the stroke as if he's going to drive it, and at the last second comes underneath the ball and goes over his opponent's head. It's called a disguised lob. You're learning all these tennis terms here today, Howard. All the ones you've forgotten since you were playing that great tennis against Cochet in 1926.
I was there when von Krum got the call in 38 from Hitler. Don't pull that on me, now. 30-15, McEnroe serving. Mr. Newcomb is recovering from the stroke that has just been delivered upon him.
Fancy me trying to do verbal battle with a genius.
That's telling it like it is. Now, 30-15, McEnroe trying to hold together. Nastase leading 5-3. A little careless Nastase was with that stroke.
Yes, he was, but he had to go for a big volley because McEnroe was moving quickly across court.
40-15.
Assuming that McEnroe serves this game out, the next one is going to be interesting to see exactly, what has McEnroe got? Can he fight back? Oh, what a shot! He hit that from behind him and then hit a topspin shot across court.
But couldn't you sense that that shot was coming? You knew just where he was going to try to lay it.
Yeah, now Nastase gets this ball behind him and flicks it across court with a wrist action. That's there's not too many players can hit that shot. Good serve, then right at the body.
So young John McEnroe holds service, trails 5-4, and the critical moment now in the match coming up. As Big Nuke said, we'll find out what McEnroe can do in a crisis like this. We're back at the Westside Tennis Club, live in Forest Hills, New York. Graphics spoke for itself. Nastase about to serve to 19-year-old John McEnroe, 31-year-old Ilie Nastase, playing this match after being awake all night, flying back on the red-eye from Las Vegas, Nevada, where last night engaged in tennis combat with Vitas Gerulaitis. Vitas will play the other semifinal match tonight against Wojciech Fibak. You'll not see that. Tomorrow afternoon you will see the final. And coming up next here on ABC, one of the great golf tournaments of every year, the British Open. Royal St. Andrews. Nastase with a fault in the wake of a let.
He looks as though he's anxious to get to the net this game, but force the pace. McEnroe will be too. Here he comes.
Love 15. Now we'll see the stuff that McEnroe is made of, John Newcomb said as we broke for a commercial. Meaning, can John break Nastase and stay alive in this match? Another fine passing forehand shot by young McEnroe, and it's love 30.
That wasn't good play from Nastase. He looked a little hesitant then.
Let ball.
It's called a fault. Nastase has a second
Was called a fault?
Yes.
I thought I saw the chalk shoot up, but Frank Hammond is. We are on the brink. It is love 40. Nastase had an easy shot to put away, and he didn't do it. I didn't like his shot selection. Did you, John?
No, I didn't. He should have smashed the other way. Now he's going to have to come up with something good to pull out of this.
Let. Nastase has two. 15-40.
Well, you can't take anything away from McEnroe then. He really went for his shot.
He is playing very aggressively.
Yeah, that's the way to do it when you're in trouble. Oh, it was called a fault and it went right through the line.
I couldn't see that being called a fault. I said, well, I was about to say, that's the way to come up with a service ace. Nastase goes over the net. He is now showing the linesman exactly where the ball went. McEnroe takes issue. Meanwhile, what about the clock running?
Ken, how was the call?
Don't check it. Don't check it. No.
No, he's looking at the wrong. It's over further. That's it there. There's 2 marks.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at it again, Newton.
In my opinion, it went right through the line.
No, but it's this far over, Ilie. You can't. I understand that, but you can't see if it touches or didn't. I saw it. It's a skip.
Now you hear the exchange between Nastase and Frank Hammond.
They're saying that it was too hard to tell whether it just missed or it just hit the line. It's a second serve to come. 15-40.
And so, with that passing shot, McEnroe, who anticipated Nastase's shot, was perfectly positioned for his pass off the forehand. And we have a service break, and suddenly a new look to the match. They are tied at 5 games apiece in this, the second set. And Nastase is still talking with umpire Frank Hammond and still registering his displeasure. This kind of scene inevitable, it seems, in almost any Nastase match. McEnroe about to serve, and suddenly interest requickens. Oh. This is a very important game to watch, too.
This is a big game.
With Nastase on the surface, at least, outraged. Love 15.
Well, McEnroe, he's earned the displeasure of the crowd. Someone must have said something that he heard, and he missed that shot and turned around and screamed out, "Who is that idiot up there?" New York fans do not like being called idiots from the sportsmen.
I never saw anybody in Melbourne or Sydney who liked it either.
No. But New York fans have a way of voicing their disapproval. Suddenly McEnroe in the last 1.5 games has started doing what I thought he should have done before. He started to do it at the end of the first set, attack, hit the ball with topspin. He stopped doing it. He started pushing, and now on the brink of defeat, he started hitting again.
You're exactly right. You could see Nastase growing tentative in his shot making in that last point, couldn't you?
Yes.
.1530, and McEnroe is suddenly struggling in terms of result, not in terms of tactical play, because Big Nuke told it like it was. He has grown very aggressive. Oh.
Got over anxious then. He wanted to play an approach shot. He knew it had to be a good approach shot, and it wasn't the right ball to play that shot off.
So he is at 1540 and on the verge. .30-40. in decision. Decision on the call.
McEnroe thought the ball was...
Did you see what Nastase did?
Nastase walked up and circled the mark.
Just on the line for Nastase. Hitting deep. And a beautiful placement by Nastase. And the match has the former look again. As quickly as it got a new look with McEnroe breaking through, Nastase broke right back.
Nastase was a bit lucky to get away with this. It's not a good approach shot. You can see how short it lands. McEnroe didn't hit a good shot. He hit it back down the middle of the court.
So Nastase leading 6-5 as we have a change of court, and Nastase is on the brink of victory in this semifinals match. But now this is the Forest Hills Invitational Men's Tennis Championships, and Nastase wants to put young McEnroe away, leading 6-5 and having won the first game 6-3. The first set 6-3. Now it's 15-love Nastase. John Newcomb is here with me, and look at McEnroe.
Well, the crowd are booing because McEnroe missed that shot, and as soon as he missed the shot, he looked at a photographer and started abusing the photographer, and the photographer just shook his head as if to say, well, what did I do?
Goodbye.
Well, he's not going to break back Nastase's service by staying on the baseline and pushing. He has to force the pace as he did in the last game when he broke Nastase's serve.
30-love now. And Nastase can taste it. Remember? Fault. If Nastase wins this, he's assured of at least $40,000 for, at worst, the runner-up position in the tournament.
That was excellent anticipation from Nastase, because the other few times that McEnroe's been in a similar position, he's hit the ball the other way. Nastase guessed that this time he would go down the line.
So, he is almost there. Rightly called out for 15 now. And Nastase didn't play that one very well. He had McEnroe. Called it right in advance. The crowd has been with Nastase today, not with the local youngster from Douglaston, Long Island.
Oh, what?
It looked like it was probably a fault.
I know.
He said, Nastase came up and said, you called the ball late. But Frank Hammond rightly said that it was a late call, but it was a correct call.
Nastase is carrying on a running commentary with Frank Hammond, whom he's known for many years. He can't intimidate Hammond. Hammond's a veteran official. 40-30. And suddenly, we're at deuce.
40-love, triple match point. It's now back to deuce. Nastase's looking a little nervous down there. You know, he thinks he had this match won and he might let it out of his grasp.
Well, Nastase has won all deuce games in this match. There have been 4 of them. Just out. Ooh. McEnroe played it right, played it venturesomely. Nuke, didn't he?
It was a great shot he played. If it missed, it would only miss by an inch.
So it's advantage Nastase.
4th match point. Yet another cross-court backhand passing shot.
It's giving it everything he's got. He's still alive.
You've got to hand it to him, and he's in trouble. He hits out. Maybe he should have been hitting out more during the match.
Ball.
He's got the net.
Beautiful shot by McEnroe, deep into the corner. Nice retrieve by Nastase. But the youngster forcing the play wins the point. And now Nastase is in trouble. Advantage McEnroe.
McEnroe plays a superb smash here off to the Nastase's forehand. Nastase almost reaches it, which would have been a great break point. They go into the tie break. McEnroe wins this point.
Nastase still carrying on with the linesmen, with everybody who'll listen.
It's in.
So the young man came from oblivion. He was gone. He was over the edge. He was trailing 40 love. Gained 6-5 Nastase. Nastase having won the first set. And from that oblivion, he rose up and won the game. And so it's 6-6, and we continue apace. John McEnroe showing the public here that's been enjoying Nastase the kind of stuff that he is made of, Mr. Newcomb.
First point served by McEnroe.
We're in a tiebreaker, John.
He'll be the first player to reach 7 points. Both players looking for the short ball to try and attack the net. Some great passing shots there from Nastase. McEnroe serves the first point of the tiebreak. From then on, it goes 2 points each. Nastase will serve 2 now, and McEnroe 2, and so on until one player has reached 7 points.
And McEnroe, as you saw that picture of self-frustration, remonstrated with himself, but needlessly so. He played that point to the hip. Nastase played that particular point just a little bit.
Nastase.
It's an altogether different game in a tiebreaker, isn't it, Nuke?
That's a great serve, right on the line. Yep, every point in the tiebreaker has to be played like a match point.
3-0 Nastase. McEnroe serving.
It's the 4th ace, service ace, for Nastase in the match. Now McEnroe once again facing a desperate struggle.
Instead of waiting for the ball to come to him, he came in, took it on the rise, hit a great backhand topspin passing shot.
Remember,
4-love. McEnroe must win this point.
7 points does it in the tiebreaker.
Oh, what a get. That's going to be in.
So 4-1 for Nastase, as you heard.
They'll change ends after this point at the halfway. After 6 points, they change ends. This is an important point. 5-1 or 4-2.
Beautiful. Somehow the kid keeps fighting back. And he trails now 4-2 as they change courts, as Big Nuke indicated just a couple of seconds ago. This match has had its ups and downs. There were points when it was downright dull. There were points when it suddenly got exciting. The play was brisk. We had some eyeball rallies, and then it started to sink again because McEnroe appeared dead.
Ball was called out.
5-2 Nastase.
Again, a tremendous shot by McEnroe.
It was a great shot from McEnroe. Ripped across court. It was about 1 inch out on the sideline. 5-2 Nastase. First person to reach 7 points. If Nastase wins the tiebreak, it's the match. If McEnroe wins, it's level at 1 set all. Once again, McEnroe with his back to the wall, coming out with his best shots. 5-3. Rather 3-5 as McEnroe serves.
Exactly so. And remember, at one time, McEnroe trailed love 4. So he has won 3 of the last 4 points. 3-5 in this tiebreaker.
Tough shot from Nastase.
6-3.
Well, this is where Nastase about 5 minutes ago stood. He had 40 love on his serve for the match and lost the game. Once again, he has triple match point.
Paul.
Got it. Oh! That's an unbelievable got it. McEnroe looked at him. He couldn't believe it.
McEnroe never, as Nuke said, expected a get on that ball. That last play by Nastase reflected Nastase at his very best, and he's had some very good moments today indeed. The ultimate in all-court coverage, the ultimate in retrieving. Basically, he won this match because he played his game and forced McEnroe to play his game and succumbed to it. And so, assured of at least